which I enjoy doing in the original Titanfall, but after seeing how the Titans play in this one, so unique, I legitimately enjoy every single bit of it.
And it did seem as though Jericho there going on the early punish, already finding a couple of the opening kind of kills here at this point, looking to do some more damage though, already off the back. Although the high ground is being held by Darkness, and this is something that's actually very intrinsic to Titanfall 1, is if you hold high ground through the maps, you do have just a brilliant way of playing out. Now you can couple it with the movement, it does change up a bit. I can imagine the players will be looking to how they can exploit that down the line, really find punishing aspects. But we haven't seen much of the wall running, which is something that I really want to see. These sort of movement elements, as any sort of hardcore FPS gamer, become incredibly exciting. That sort of stuff, that sort of gameplay element gets people ticking. And already you're going to see a bit of a disparity in the score. We've got a 3-cap lockdown pretty much, all under wraps. This is not a good start.
Not at all. This is not a good look by any means whatsoever. Cartoons is going to be in a world of hurt as they back away. Trip cap in effect here. No points are amped just yet, so that means they're not going to be earning double, but despite that, still a lot of points on the board. And you also notice that, you know, that Spitfire seeing quite a bit of usage. Vikkstar, by the way, already with a great start, picking up 6 kills for his efforts.
Yeah, and I was always a huge fan of, you know, going on the flank, trying to play for those back caps, basically, working your way around the map. It is, you know, it's viable, but you have to hope that your teammates are locking things down, and I'm hoping to see a couple of players going for that, finding their own routes around this map. A bit of a detonate there to buy some time for the reload. Again, the player's already picking up on factors that it takes a lot of people normally to pick up on, but Cartoons is on the receiving end of a lot of pain here, but actually not going to get closed down on. Zed, however, is finding Darkness in the meantime, and a bit of a trade out as Vikkstar will avenge his fallen teammate and keep things at least pretty interesting.
All right, and Darkness again just eating that nade as well. He has to be very careful as he finds Cartoons in front. That's an easy pick for him, as Cartoons was pretty weak there. Now another one, Ali A, easy pickings as well, pops up right behind him. Another one in the ravine. Now that's going to be Jericho. He's in a bad position, but despite that, though, it seems like someone else was actually throwing shots down at Darkness and made him have to back away.
Yeah, the one thing with Darkness I'll say is maybe his aim's not the, the most pinnacle point of his play, but for me it's more his positioning. He finds these great positions to really work for his team and then also punish the teammate trying to push up to the point. And I don't know how long you think your legs are, but they're not that long. You're not going to get away with that, Darkness. However, again, let's take a look at this score because it is one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to move in there for some sweet chin music, Shawn Michaels style. Didn't find it. So, you know, I mean, we all make mistakes. Also, right now you're going to see, I believe this is Titanfall Legends, who is using the Kraber, which is a very, very powerful sniper rifle. I was actually watching Legion the other day. He was putting some clips together of some shots he was getting with the sniper. Pretty impressive stuff, what you can do with that gun. And I'm really looking forward to seeing like what content people can create with it, because you can get some nasty shots. Ali A now is going to find Vikkstar, and that's going to be a solid pickup with the R201 as they hold A and C. But now the fight for C begins as all these players, Zed and Ali A, are going to push in and try and charge as much as they can, but that won't matter because X Factor is going to be there for a double with the grenade on Ali A and Zed.
Yeah, a little bit of, I think that was almost a team kill at that point as well, but spamming out those nades buys you time. It allows you to get greater positions. Pretty much a classic kind of FPS mechanic, and you can see it represented here very, very well. It plays incredibly well, may I add, towards those close range areas. So let's take a little peek at Zed here, see what he's up to. Again, he's got a good shot towards Darkness, but he can't end it. He can't finish off the kill. However, Jericho will pick up the slack and do the damage for him. However, when you're in those lower points, when you're in that sort of, I guess, defilade almost, and the higher ground's held by others, you're going to get punished for it.
That's right. That is right. C has now been picked up as well, 118 to 176. But you know what, though? You have a lead that is continuing to build up here, and it is certainly not looking good. Vikkstar finds one in front. This is going to be Zed, able to pick him off. Zed was just not aware of what was going on. Meanwhile, Titanfall Legends finds one. X Factor, though, with the immediate cleanup as soon as he got that pick. And now we're getting ready here as a trip cap is in effect. This is not looking good for Darkness, X Factor, and his crew.
But let's also look at the percentage on getting those Titans into the battlefield. That can change everything at this point. We've seen it before. That B point becomes incredibly contested. You can flank around the back, and a bit of a spree already coming out.
I'm actually quite surprised we haven't seen any Titans yet. Like, in the last game, at this point, around 5 minutes in, we had, I think, like our first Titan at the very least.
Yep.
But it seems like either the players are just prioritizing pilot play a little bit more and not opting to use the Titans until it's absolutely necessary. Also, keep in mind, too, and there you go. So if you're the losing team, you kind of want to bust out the Titans because it can give you a little bit more presence, right, on the field. of course, if you are on the other team, right, you want to save those for the absolute imperative moment. So perhaps that's what's going on. Swifter, try again, buddy, as Vixar just absolutely decimates him with that splitter rifle, moves in with the cannon as well. He just stood no chance there. That was nasty.
Yeah, I love anything like that. Almost like a railgun coming through. No chance of escape. A lovely way to finish off that initial damage. But let's see where we're going to go. It's Speedy actually coming up here again. Very close to getting his...
no, Speedy!
No, bad timing. Bad timing.
Why did we switch? That was an epic fail. Oh, man.
Just going too fast, you know? Got to go fast in these situations when you need Speedy.
Speedy was just
the memes.
Moving too fast, man. He was moving too fast. Funny moments. Oh, man. By the way, the weapon that you saw Ion use, that particular Titan, was actually called the laser shot. It's shoulder-mounted laser. Can just zap pilots in the air. Very effective weapon, as you saw. So expect to see more of that. And I'm expecting to see a lot of players take advantage of the laser shot in the technical test. Now over to X Factor here as they contain points B and C, but both of them are being challenged here. Jericho now, there's no idea what's going on, losing half of his HP, and it's an Ion battle here. So he's going to try and see if he can soak out as many shots as he possibly can. Meanwhile, Zed is going to be rodeoing on top of X Factor. X Factor needs to figure out what he wants to do as he has about half health remaining. Here comes Zed again, who gets right back on top, throws down a grenade. This could very well be curtains for X Factor if he's not careful. But despite that, though, Vixar's Titan is actually going to get the pick, not Vixar himself.
Yeah, currently we have 2 Titans on the battlefield coming in for these guys, which is a lot. Now 3 against the other 2. You can see it there on the UI. You can see what you're up against at this point. And this is going to become Titan-on-Titan action. This is where you're going to see that heavy throwdown between these guys. The points become a little more ground out. You can't just quickly pick up these. It does become tougher. And I think Zed, actually, off the back of what he was achieving before, now has his Titan too.
Yeah, it's a 3v2 as far as Titans are concerned. Darkness trying to throw down, that Vortex shield, and a laser shot coming in, and, very impressive out of Zed, I have to say, who's been holding his own in this game. Darkness is getting pegged in a bunch of different directions. But notice what he's doing, though. He's actually luring out the, his combatants here, Zed and them. He's forcing them to have to get into a really bad position, but Zed beats him with his own leg. Bye-bye, Darkness. That is it, and you can see the look of disappointment on his face. He's like, I can't believe that just happened to me. But you know what, though? Despite that, 5 Titans out on the field right now. This is looking very, very good for our winning team here.
Yeah, it's looking terrifying for the other side. You feel so cornered, so trapped here. There's certain ways to approach it, but with so many players in this one, we're seeing really diligent play actually from some of these Titans. They are not going down without a fight, and I love watching that sort of thing. Sniper Wolf actually doesn't have their Titan out at the moment, and that's the only player who doesn't on this side of this team. So again, still providing that kind of pilot cover coming out, and the points are closing out towards the end here. This is going to be pretty much a last-ditch attempt. Again, 2 more Titans come out from the side, but the damage is not subsiding.
Look at the damage!
Is getting melted. 3v1 is not a situation you want to be in, and it's brutal, and it's done.
Oh my goodness, he destroyed him with that laser core. And that will be it. 392. I mean, they have 2 points in control right now. Only a couple remain. That is GG. Game 2 in the books. But man, that was awesome. Some great late Titan action, though, I have to say, because we were going for quite a while before those Titans came out. But once they came out, you really started to see the pace of the game change completely. And now it's time for the escape phase here for our losing team.
Yeah, do you think they can make it out at this point? That's the problem. There's still 2 Titans up here, so the damage can come towards the actual ship itself. However, it's going to come down to pretty much pilot play, and already a good couple of pieces coming out very nicely into the winning side's favor, which is going to make it incredibly hard to make the escape. Again, you only have very limited opportunities to try and get this one done. And the Intercept logo is up. You can see it there on the UI itself. You can see that they're all running in towards it. And Darkness has been a real hindrance towards the other side. He has been a beast at this point, but Sniper Wolf over there trying to hunt down that remaining couple of players, see if anyone's going to dare try and make it towards the ship. And at the moment, that ship is getting broken, and it's done, and it's dusted.
Vixar with 26 pickups, 26 kills, Darkness with 16, a solid performance across the board as we get ready for game number 3. So far, this has been pretty freaking awesome.